Hey, my friends. Good morning or afternoon. It's afternoon here. It could be morning or evening there. And I am coming at you live today to do my empath chat. So I saw something, and the reason why I'm bringing this up today is I saw this in an article, and I wanted to bring it up because I feel like it's something that empaths, it was really interesting. I saw an article this morning, and this was about in regards to intimacy, like sexuality and intimacy, and it was about desires. But the way it was worded, I thought, what a great concept for empaths, just in general, not just with sex and intimacy, but with everything. And I will tell you why in a second. I'm just going to give this out to my business page, give it some love so we can have some more friends jump on. Hey, everybody. Whoa, come on now. There we go. Okay, so the article said that oftentimes people don't express what they desire for whatever reason. They're scared, they don't want to be rejected. Maybe when they were younger, their desires were seen as bad, or they weren't allowed to express them. They had to remain quiet. Especially if you're an empath, sometimes you're so busy when it comes to serving everybody else or really making sure everybody else's needs are met, that you forget what your own desires are and you get super disconnected from that. And I'm not just talking about in the bedroom, I'm talking about in general in life, right? So this article was suggesting that when and this is talking about like sex and intimacy, for instead of complaining about, because oftentimes we have a really hard time expressing what it is we do want. What are our desires? We feel a little freaked out by it. We feel uncomfortable. We feel vulnerable, right? And we don't feel like we can express them freely and authentically. At least some people don't. And I think especially empaths, because that's risky, because sometimes we so want to be liked, or we so want to please our partner or someone else, that we feel like we're selfish, or we're taking away from them, we're dimming their light if we're shining our light and asking for things, or we were told when we were younger that asking for your desires was either wrong or selfish, right? So we just remained quiet about it. But oftentimes we have no problems talking about what we don't like. We have no problems complaining about, well, that person's sucking up my energy. Well, that person's super low vibe. Well, that person's not doing this. Well, that person doesn't see me or hear me or appreciate me. Or even like if sex and intimacy, I'm not getting what I want over here. This is what's happening. This person's super selfish about it. And we have no problem saying that. We have no problem talking about the things that we don't like. So this article suggested, and I thought it was really cool. So this is really simple, something simple you can do right now. And guess what? It's Sunday, and in my groups, the Awakened Empath, I call it weekend Selfcare Saturday and Sunday. So this is the perfect time to start practicing this, because this is the time to enjoy your weekend and do something that's absolutely for you, that you desire, to connect with your desires. Self-care only really means something when it's truly something you desire, right? If it's just, oh, well, it says on Facebook or everywhere else, or on Instagram, I see people doing self-care and they're getting a mani-pedi, so surely that's what self-care means. Or going to get a massage, and that very well may be self-care for you, or it may not be. Maybe self-care is just asking for something to be seen and heard, and to be able to have a conversation with someone and have a greater level of understanding and connection. Maybe self-care for you is just, making sure you get 10 minutes of extra sleep. It could be anything. Self-care could be a lot of things. Maybe it's just getting up and taking a shower and getting yourself ready and putting on something you love for clothes and going somewhere. Maybe it's just driving somewhere randomly. I don't know what that is, right? Well, you have to know what you desire in order to really make self-care anything meaningful for you. And sometimes self-care means getting someone else, your partner maybe, to help you out, right? Or to give you something, to acknowledge you, to say caring words for you, or to do something to help you out around the house. Don't know what that means. So knowing what you desire is key. And this is something we're going to dive deeper into in my program, The Awakened Empath, starting September 9th. It's about, what are your desires? Do you feel like you got cut off from them? Do you feel like you even know? I have asked many an empath, okay, so we know what you're tired of. We know what you're sick of. We know what you don't like. So what is it that you do want to create in your life? And they're like, And they have to think about that for a second. I don't know what I want. Or if this relationship doesn't feel nourishing to you, what would your epic relationship look like? I don't know. And I was the same way, so I totally get it. It took me such a long time to dig under and deep under the layers of my resistance to speaking my desires. And I had to get to know myself again to know what the hell it was I really wanted. I'd gotten so far into serving other people, making sure their needs were met, and doing and saying what I thought would make other people happy, that I just forgot what the hell, I forgot who I was. I forgot what I wanted. And I just absorbed everything else. So it was so deep, I had to dig. So this is why I'm putting that as one of the modules in my program, The Awakened Empath, because sometimes empaths forget who they truly are and what they truly want. So if you are just going to do something this weekend, and again, I talk about self-care because that's the theme in my group, knowing what you really desire and what really lights you up and turns you on is what you would want to do, right? That's what you would want to do and get in touch with your desires. So this article said, if you're going to say what you don't want, if you're going to voice and have no problem, then what would be the opposite of that? So if you're saying, I don't like when, I don't like going to the movies. I don't like mani-pedis. I don't like when my partner does this in the bedroom, or I don't get enough of this. I need more of this. I don't get that. Then what's the opposite? What do you need? And really, right away, trust your instinct too. Don't give yourself time to talk yourself out of your own desires. If you know what you don't want, if something's unfulfilling to you, if something doesn't feel right, if you're doing something that doesn't feel good, or you want to think about something to do that turns you on, you can look back into your childhood. That's one place to go. We've talked about that. You can look backwards, but you can also say, well, what's missing from my life right now? What have I got going on that I don't really love? Or what am I missing? What could I have more of? And then right away, you should be able to come up with something. Your instinct, your gut will tell you something that is truly one of your desires. And again, don't think yourself out of it. And then communicate it. So it's not just think of it, it's communicate it to your partner, communicate it to your family, communicate it to yourself, accept that that's what you want and you're absolutely okay and valid, and just have permission to have your desires become a reality. So do that today. So once you know what you do want, or if you're complaining about something you don't like, and what do I really want, the opposite of that, I don't want that, I need more of this, then how do you get that? And be the person, right? Who do you need to be, and what do you need to do? What are the actions you need to take in order to feel that feeling, in order to get that desire, and have no problem. I'm giving you freaking permission right now to communicate that. And watch your vibration just rise higher as a result. And then you can watch other shifts happen in your life, but we won't go there right now. It'll be amazing once you get in touch with your authentic desires. And if you can't say them right now, write them down. Write them in a journal so you don't forget. And then give yourself permission to express them into your life. Speak your world into existence. Communicate with your partners and with your family. You get to have desires too, and you get to have your needs met, and you get to express yourself like that. And it's not selfish, and it's not being mean to anybody else, and it's not taking away from anybody else. It is one of the highest forms of self-care, if not the highest. And when you are practicing your self-care and you're getting in touch with your desires, then you can serve the world, or serve your immediate family, or serve whoever it is better when your cup's getting full. So that's my little tip for today that I saw from an article. I think the article was about orgasmic meditation, but somehow I felt that little tip applied to everything in an empath's life, that empaths particularly get very lost and disconnected from their truest desires and don't feel comfortable saying so. So let's change that. Let's do that starting with self-care today, and then see how else you can do that into your life, okay? And again, this is something we're going to dive completely deeper into in my program, The Awakened Empath. It's an 8-week immersion in empathness, where I am going to be working with you to help you to bring out that gorgeous all those empathic gifts, and then have you to just release what doesn't serve you. Let's chuck it. And then we're going to bring in what you do want, know how to just put that protective, or put that bubble around you. Sometimes I hesitate to say protective, and I'll tell you why in the course. But that bubble around you, so you know that you're grounded, that you're centered, and you're completely confident in your ability to manage your own energy and to manage the energy out there too. So that's what the program's all about. So if you want to know more about that, comment below or message me and I'll tell you more. And by the way, tomorrow morning, my friends, we start the Awakened Empath online show. Amazing 21 interviews that you're gonna freaking love. They're gonna blow you away. I promise you, I am just in love with all of my speakers completely, and talking to them, it was just like, so many shifts, so many golden nuggets of wisdom raining down. You have to do it. Go to awakenedempathlive.com, put your name and email in, because they're only coming to you through email. So do that. Today is the day, because tomorrow we begin at 7:55 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we'll be coming at you. All right. Any questions, my friends? Just let me know, comment, message me. Also join me in my group, The Awakened Empath, here on Facebook, where we're going to be talking about all these interviews for the next 10 or 11 days. So it's going to be super fun. All right, much love to you guys. Remember, just declare those desires. Go out there, go get it. Have some beautiful self-care. I love you guys, and I will see you soon.